Hello, I'm Trick Schneider from the Umpqua Community College's student newspaper, The Mainstream, with a campus news update. With me is Kemberley, Todd, and John Blackwood to talk about Startup Weekend. Our first guest, Kemberley Todd, is the program specialist for the SBDC. Tell me a little bit about what the SBDC is.
Well, this SBDC is the Small Business Development Center. There's 19 in the state of Oregon, and I work at the lovely Umpqua Business Center downtown in the heart of our business community. And what we offer is business resources. If you have an invention and you don't know what to do next, that's when you come see me. If you need to hire some employees and you've always just been self-employed, that's when you come see me. Anytime you have a question about anything to do with your small business, you come down to the Small Business Development Center. You usually interface with me. That's my role. I answer the phones, I take all the emails, and I try and connect people to advisors that offer no-cost confidential counseling. It's a very organic process. You come in and you talk to me, you talk to one of the advisors and say, this is what I'm thinking, I'm kind of in idea phase, and they help you plot those steps to help you become a successful business owner.
Well, that's great. So let's talk about Startup Weekend. What is Startup Weekend?
Well, Startup Weekend is a program that started from Google for Entrepreneurs in 2009, and there's been thousands of them. My intention of having a Startup Weekend, which takes an idea, they call it a concept, to development, is that all of these services in Douglas County for business owners are always there, but a lot of people don't know about the SBDC. So having an event like this that brings in a gamut of ages from 15 to infinity. Last year we had 111 people, ages 14 to 74. So yeah, entrepreneurism is one of those truly diverse areas. You will see any age, and they mix together, they form teams, and on Friday night, people pitch an idea, and by Sunday they've worked through the weekend, and on Sunday night they're pitching the idea very much Shark Tank style in front of judges.
Wow, that's
and you
exciting.
get really bonded. It is exciting. I was looking at the footage of last year's winner, and we're all shouting for everybody in the room because we've all been through this hyper experience of, you know, anything an entrepreneur goes through in their journey, you're going to go through in 54 hours.
Wow. That's wow.
It is a wow, for sure.
So who can register and how much does it cost?
The program we put on every year, we have to fundraise every penny, and it costs a lot because we provide every meal for 111 people. That's a lot.
Wow.
And we also bring in coaches, speakers, sponsors, and we offer swag items. You know, you're there all weekend. We like to make it a very team atmosphere. And that being said, the tickets are at $99. You're paying for a whole weekend. If anyone watching this broadcast wants to sign up, we have been gifted with a grant from the Ford Family Foundation.
Wow.
They really, really like the grassroots entrepreneurship things going on in Douglas County. They want to seed all of Douglas County with this kind of, you know, access to resources and letting people know what to do next. So if you're watching this and you go to, can I help with that?
Sure, yeah.
If you go to this website, startroseburg.com, it has the full itinerary, it has all the people involved. There's 12 of us organizing this. It's no small feat. You'll get to see all of them. You probably know some. And then you'll see a ticketing link, and when you click on ticketing, it'll take you to the Eventbrite. And when you purchase your ticket, there's a room for a code to be entered. And if you enter in code HAWKS for UCC Riverhawks, all caps, HAWKS, you will get a free ticket. And
Wow.
I do suggest you enter early. You know, we haven't been able to always offer this, so it just is so gratifying to see the community rise up to support, because Ford Family is definitely generous with that grant, but there's Lone Rock Resources and First Call FCR, First Call Resolution, thank you. And they come out every year and use their money and their mentorships to further people's ideas.
Wow. So is there an age limit?
You know, there isn't. Why would you want to put an age limit on this? You
Right.
know, there's an interesting fact that the largest growing segment of new business starts, the largest percentage growth, is in what we call encore entrepreneurs. People are retiring earlier, they're living longer, they're good at doing things. They make a certain, you know, they do carving, or they have an artistic bent, or they make really good muffins. They want to learn how to sell those things. So that's actually somebody we gear to, especially in Douglas County.
So let's talk a little bit more about what takes place at Startup Weekend. You have guest speakers, coaches, mentors. Can you walk me through that?
Yeah.
Sure. So Friday night when you walk in, I remember when we went in 2015, that was the first event that we had attended. So we walked in, we didn't know what to expect. So you come in, there's a room full of people, and then you're informed that you'll have an opportunity to pitch or to present your idea. You have 60 seconds to do so.
Right.
And it is a firm 60 seconds because at the very end, everybody will start clapping. The timer is behind you, and you can't see it. When your time's up, your time is up. And then after that, after everybody has pitched their ideas, then everybody stands up along the edge of the wall with the placard behind them. Somebody has written your idea, the core of your idea on it. And then folks who are present will be given voting stickers. And they will come talk to you, and you try to buy their vote, get their vote. And at the end, that top 8 teams, last year there were 10, I believe there's 8 this year. So the top 8 teams then will be chosen by the most stickers. And then afterwards, in our case, we were able to pitch again and say, okay, this is what we need for help. Please come join our team. We'll stand back by the placard and then try to convince people to come join your team. And we got really lucky. We had Brandon Cordell, and Brandon works at the SBDC, and he was a real key member of our win back in 2015. Without his financial help, I don't believe that we would have won the event. So then you just work like crazy all weekend. And in our case, we went down to the farmers market. We went to the local stores to buy supplies that we needed, and we just work, and with all of the coaches got ready for Sunday's presentation. And then Sunday, late afternoon, there was a dinner, and we made our presentation in front of approximately 150, 175 people.
Wow.
5 minutes to present your idea, and then 3 minutes for question and answers by a panel of judges, some of whom are investors. And then after that, they move away from the scene for a few minutes to tally who they're going to vote for, and then come back and make the announcement.
That
So pretty
sounds
exciting.
intense, yeah. Very intense
Yeah,
and
you know,
exciting.
John Blackwood, he's the CIS instructor here, probably among many things, and he's been very key in encouraging students to come out and join this, because you know, it is a little nerve-wracking. I went to one myself and I was very nervous going, what, I don't even know what I'm doing here, I don't have an idea, but the Google facilitators that they bring in really know how nervous you are, and they make it very, very comfortable. They do a little practice exercise, and so for instance, of all the people that showed up last year, only 30 to 33 of them actually pitched an idea. You don't have to have an idea, but then you walk around and you try and figure out what you can do to help. And I don't write program code like so many of his students, but I can talk to people, and so I ended up doing a lot of the survey work, because one of the things that we do at the SBDC is we validate, it's called market validation, and you say, would you buy this? How much would you pay for this? Would you buy 2? And those kind of questions and surveys go on, and then your team members also work on other aspects of it. But without John Blackwood's support of the program over the years now, I've learned when I do my surveys, the number one reason students come out to startup weekends is because an instructor told them it'd be a really good idea.
Right.
So he's been key to the operation pretty much from the beginning when I started.
So you participated in Startup Weekend in 2015, John. Tell me, what does raccoons, squirrels, rats, cherries, pears, and apples have to do with your invention?
Well, first of all, it's spouse happiness.
That's always a seller.
We have all of those in our backyard. We have lots of fruit trees, and I was trying to come up with a solution to our problem. One year we went to pick our grapes to make wine. We were all ready to go. We got up in the morning to pick, and we were completely stripped clean by raccoons.
Oh,
Same
man.
thing with quite a lot of our fruits, so we were determined to try to fix that.
Oh, okay.
But every solution we came up with to wrap around a tree would constrict the growth of the tree, which would ultimately kill it.
Right.
And so we came up with a contraption that would wrap around the tree and then grow with the tree, and they eventually just break off.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we're working on. So we're in our final prototype stage right now. I've been delayed because of other responsibilities here at the school from pursuing it, but I'm determined that we're going to get our final prototype ordered within the next month so that we can get out into the orchards this summer.
Right on.
Super
Great.
exciting.
That is exciting, and this would be a great thing for anybody who has that business idea to come and attend, because they can gain a lot from it and actually launch their idea from this.
What the statistics are on this is only about 17 to 18% of ideas pitched at startup weekends globally really go on to actually be a business. The whole idea is to give everyone an experience so that they know where to go when they do have that idea. But people like John are exactly who we see in our SBDC center, because we don't have day jobs, we have kids, we have educations we're going after.
Right.
I see people continue to make steps forward, even if they're slower, even if they come in every 6 months, they're still working on this because they, it's their passion. And that's what we want to fuel, is this grassroots passion. I've said to the students as I presented around campus, have you ever had an idea for a product or service? You wanted roast chicken delivered at midnight, or you thought that you could make a better zipper for your backpack? Google knows this. And then maybe you didn't do anything about it, and then 2 years later you see that product or service on TV and somebody's making money.
Right.
I've had that moment.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of nods every time I present it, and Google knows this. They're kind of smart over at Google. And so that's why they came up with this program, because entrepreneurism is already, the underbelly of America. That's
Right.
really our that's really who we are. And because technology is moving so fast, because patent questions come up, because there's always more questions, they've developed these weekends where they bring in all of this mentorship and all of the people that are key to know in your local area, so that you can develop that business for yourself.
Sounds like an amazing time. So just to recap, when is Startup Weekend?
It's going to be a week from today. It starts Friday night up at Danny Lang Center, which is a beautiful building on the hill. We start off at 6 p.m. with a pizza party, and we encourage you again to register early. So I would go to the startroseburg.com website and do that. Then it's going to go all weekend, so it's going to be April 21st through the 23rd.
And you want to give them that code again?
Yes, so when you go to the site, you'll see the ticketing link, and when you enter in the code HAWKS, as in River Hawks, HAWKS, all caps, then you will be able to get a free ticket. And you can also call me or send an email through the website if you have any questions.
Well, thanks for coming in, guys, and talking to us about Startup Weekend. I'm Trick Schneider, and this has been a Mainstream News Update.